But for now, we have the one and only Frankie Flowers in the house.
Thank you. And the fitted sheet, I gotta tell you, the fitted sheet, I can almost do everything when I'm folding laundry. I get to that.
Stumps me.
I actually always just put it to the side.
I know. I leave it to the end as well. I just don't want to have to deal with it. So, you know, thank goodness he's here.
About that.
Now, listen, it's finally that time of the year where we can start being a little bit excited, at least here in Toronto. A lot of folks right across the country have sort of been waiting for the good weather to come along. We're getting it now in dribs and drabs. We can start focusing on the lawn a little bit more.
Yeah, the lawn is so nice. You know, you
it's so perfect. Isn't it beautiful?
You feel it.
I want
you know
my lawn to look just like this.
Yeah, me too. This is a synthetic lawn.
Yeah.
It was until my kids were about 2 and 4 years old that I started to go back and sit down on turf, actual turf again. And you know, it's a good thing if you have a large property to know that your lawn is probably your lowest maintenance ground cover. If you have a smaller city lot where it's very, very small in a small area, that's when you may consider doing a synthetic lawn or tearing out the lawn altogether. But remember that turf itself is really good for us to interact with, our kids to play on, provides a lot of benefit as green space into a city, so creates a cooling effect. So for those that are thinking, lawn gets a lot of talk right now where they're saying tear it out, it does serve a purpose. Now you said you want your lawn to look like this.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So spring is a great time for us to start really repairing the lawn and doing some things. First off, just think about your lawn and rain. Rain is really important, right?
Yeah.
Nutrients is really important. So let's think about why maybe your lawn's not getting that. Why maybe is the moisture not going down? Why would you think that's happening?
Maybe things are on a grade and the water is spilling off. I don't know.
Do you have a dog? Do you have kids? Do you have lots of people running on the lawn? That creates compaction.
And then the water is not getting in.
It will actually just run right off because it's really firm underfoot. That's when you want to do aeration. Also, this stuff here is called, here, I'll just spread it all over the lawn. This is what generally people's lawns...
You're messing up my lawn,
This is what generally people's lawns look like. This is a thatch rake. And what you'll usually have is that an area underneath the green blades of grass, which is called thatch. Thatch is really good, actually, if it's only about a ½ an inch. Anything over a ½ an inch will impede moisture or nutrients from going down. So when you want to dethatch your lawn in the early spring, as if you have over a ½ an inch, this stuff here will also create an area where insects can hide. So you can get a thatch rake or even just a rake to use that.
So you want to get rid of that if you've got too much.
If you got too much of that, if you have a real matting of this underneath, and even in that brown spots, a lot of the times you'll see varying brown spots through the lawn that almost appear like the whole sections like that.
Yeah.
That's called snow mold. So one of our camera operators, Al, and Al, you can shake your camera. Al said to me, Frank, I'm so lazy, I don't want to do anything.
I know, I agree with that.
Right. So there are some different solutions for doing a top dressing. This is called one step. All you're going to do is pour this right into the spreader right beside you there and just put it down. What this has within it is you'll see that it has grass seed, it has peat, and it has fertilizer. So you just put it down, and then over time with moisture, it's going to do well for you and just get going. Well, with spreaders as well, anytime that you're doing a fertilizer spreader, let's say that I was walking over the lawn, I ripped open this bag, and I go and I pour it on right here. What am I doing wrong?
Nothing to me.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I do really care about you.
Do you love me, Frankie?
I do love you.
Yeah.
The one thing that you're doing wrong is you should never fill your spreader on the lawn. It should always be done on a driveway or a sidewalk, because if this ever spills over, or if you've had too many drinks and you tip this over at the same time, this will actually burn. This will burn your lawn. So this is a slow release fertilizer. This one here has got a 2205. We've talked about it before. In the spring, you want a high first number.
Got it. Okay. So do it away from the lawn and then put it on the lawn and spread it evenly.
Right? You want to make sure the setting matches the instructions on the back of the bag.
Okay.
That's really important. You want to wash it the spreader after you're done. If you leave all the little fertilizer bits inside the spreader, this is a brand new spreader, but if you leave the fertilizer bits in the little spreader, it'll rust all those components out and it won't be good. So you want to wash it out. Best way to do it is just after you're done using it, put it on the driveway, have it like that, let it dry right out. Fantastic.
Okay, good stuff.
Now on to weeds, because a lot of people have weeds.
Weeds. So weeds, you got to go back to using something like this. You can't use pesticides.
Or pesticides. Remember, I'm going to give you a little lesson here.
Yeah.
Insecticides for insects. Fungicide is for disease. Pesticide for pest, also insects. Herbicide. Herbicide for anything that's plants related. Okay.
Herbicides.
So you can't use herbicides anymore.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can use a dandelion digger like this, but I want to make everybody out there love clover. This is clover.
Yeah.
And clover, even though a lot of people are saying, how can I get it out of my lawn? Underneath a tree in a heavily shaded area, clover will grow. It'll grow green. It's soft to walk on. And from a distance, it looks good. In the lawn as well, it's going to be almost virtually impossible to get rid of it. So I say embrace the clover. Now a lot of low maintenance grass seeds, you're blending the clover right into it.
Okay, all right.
So,
now, do you actually do this with your weeds? You
yeah,
use the dandelion digger?
This one here, you can see it's been well used.
Is that super labor intensive?
Oh, no. You just go up to the dandelion, on top of the dandelion, you go down, push down, spin, lift up, and then you go pop, and you go ba, 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 dandelion.
But then you have to do it about 1 billion times, though.
Well, it depends on what your lawn looks like.
Yeah.
But then thereafter, you got to put a little bit of soil down and some seed down as well. Remember, seeds are formulated to the type of sun that you have.
Yeah.
This is for full sun, so if you have a shaded space, you want to make sure you're getting a shade-formulated grass seed, not one that's for sun.
Yeah.
And that's really about thickening your lawn. The goal of your lawn in the spring, feed it, top dress it, make sure it's got good airflow, and make it stronger so that it will actually push out all those weeds. It's bullying.
Right? Yeah,
Roar.
build it up.
Build it up. And then
Feed it.
finally, with the cutting height, I'm going to give you a little
Isn't that
trivia
a
here.
beauty?
Okay. In terms of cutting the height of your lawn, should it be 2.5 inch, should it be 3.5 inch, or should it be 5 inch? What's the right cutting height?
I'd say the middle one you just said.
And that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
If it's multiple choice, I always choose the middle.
Yeah, between 2.5 to 3 inches. So you weren't totally wrong there.
Okay,
you were good. So
All
that's
right.
the right cutting height for you.
Good stuff.